Hey everyone, today's video is going to be on these really old Royal Gelatin desserts. I was actually able to get 3 of them that are identical. I found it in somebody's pantry during their estate sale. So the person who had these died and a company was hired to sell everything in the house. So I found these. I realized when the barcode is that short, usually it's not usable anymore. It means it's old because I called the company and I gave them that number and they said that they no longer make that product associated with this barcode. And I also gave them the coded date, which is on here, and they weren't able to make anything of it. So I don't know how old this is exactly. It sold, you get 3 boxes for 85 cents, so maybe that's why there's 3 of them. No one ever wanted it. And I noticed on this, the instructions are exactly the same as what you would buy today, brand new. Exactly the same. 1 cup of boiling water, you stir it, a cup of cold water, then you put it in the refrigerator. It has your quick set directions, everything's exactly the same. Since I have 3 of them, I'm going to attempt to make one of them. So let's see what's inside. Could that possibly be a date? 1987? I'd believe that. And here's the inside contents. I'm going to see if I can smell any orange through the bag. All I can smell is like a very musty, because it's been sitting around for so many years. Here's what's inside the box. Nothing. There's no mold on it or anything like the old things I usually find, because this wasn't stored in a basement like they usually are. In old containers, they have this spot because back then most places didn't have a price gun, so they'd write it on there by hand. But this place obviously did have a price gun here, and they put it in the spot given for it. So I'm going to go ahead and make this. And this is something else I got. It's also from Royal. Instant pudding and pie filling. I'm also going to make this. That also has a really short barcode. Can't believe back then this stuff didn't have expiration dates. I did some research online with the other one, not this, the gelatin dessert, and it says online that gelatin usually doesn't go bad. It's actually the container it's in that expires first. So it's the container that expires. So this said 2 for 79 cents. Okay. I'm also going to try making this. This one requires milk. So the directions: add 2 cups of fresh cold milk and you just beat it until it's done. I don't have an electric beater. I'm going to do what I do when I usually make pudding. Just stir it by hand. It takes longer, but it's the same result. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make these, starting with this one. Okay, time to get these out of the way, and I'm going to start making one. Now, it calls for 1 cup of hot water and 1 cup of cold water. So first get my measuring cup out. Okay, 1 cup. And I'm going to open this up. Okay, there's a few chunks in there, but it smells just like, well, what you'd buy these days. It honestly smells great. I'm going to spend some time mixing this up, getting it all in. It has that really sweet smell of orange, really strong, just like when you make any Jell-O. Okay, and now I have my cold water I'm going to mix in. And this mixed up really good. So now this should harden when it cools down. I'm going to go put it into the refrigerator now. And the instructions say to wait, refrigerate until firm. Okay, it doesn't give you an exact amount, but the modern ones recommend 4 to 6 hours. So I'm going to go put it in the fridge for 6 hours and we'll see if it firms up. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. Okay, so now the instructions for the Royal Instant Pudding. It says I need 2 cups of milk. One. 2. And here I go open this up. I can't smell anything through the packaging. Here's the inside of the box. There's no mold growing or anything. Looks fine. Okay, here's the container. What flavor was this again? It's butterscotch. This here, what happened with this one, unlike new modern pudding, you see it's all in one big chunk. Sugar over time likes to stick to itself. And look at that. I don't even know if this will come out okay. Yeah, it's these big chunks they don't want to break up. Okay, yes, I can smell the butterscotch now that it's mixing with milk. At first, it had no odor to it. It smelled like nothing. So I'm going to let this sit for a little while and soak up the milk, because it's too hard now to even mix. Okay, 10 minutes later of stirring and crushing all that. You see there's still a few more chunks in there, but the point is, it's firm now. It did work. Even when I make pudding myself, if I really want to eat it and I don't have patience, I will eat it with the chunks. But the point is, it is working. I don't encourage anybody to try this at home or eat anything old. This is just for the purpose of, will it work? Is it still good? And also I found this. I didn't realize I had another Royal product. Okay. Now, this isn't anything like what I've done in the past with canned food or anything. This was a dry mixture. I looked at the ingredients, and I'm actually looking it over now for a third time. It does not contain milk. It's mostly sugar, sodium. It contains salt. Everything in there pretty much has a long shelf life, so I'm going to give this a quick taste just to see. I'm not going to eat the whole bowl because you never know, there could be something wrong with it. I just want to give it a taste. I probably won't even swallow it. It tastes fine. It's absolutely fine. It's exactly the same as anything you'd buy today. There is no difference in the taste. I actually want to eat all this. I'm not going to eat it, though. I will check on in with the stuff in the refrigerator in a few hours. Oh wow, after 4 hours, it actually, yeah, it hardened. Well, I probably could have left it longer and it probably would have hardened more, but definitely still worked.